Ed Jarhead here. This is my video response to Prepper Grunt and 13 Crystal Lake Lives. My story actually began before I was actually ever really enlisted. I was in a delayed entry program, and so we had to go up to MEPS in Cleveland. So our recruiter, he sent me and a buddy of mine, King, up there to get our physicals and all that jazz done. Well, Reserve Square was full, so the Radisson was like right next door, attached to this place. Last words out of Staff Sergeant Juke's mouth, our recruiter, was, "You guys got to stay in the hotel. You cannot leave." It's me and King are sitting there, we're watching TV, bored as hell. We're like, man, what the hell can we do? He's like, I got an idea. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. What's this gonna be? He's like, man, he goes, let's go down to the flats. I'm like, dude. I'm like, didn't you hear Staff Sergeant Jukes? You know, we're not supposed to leave. He's like, but man. He goes, we're in the Radisson. He goes, there's no one watching the door. He goes, so we can leave. He goes, and we come back, no one ever even know we're gone. So I sat there and thought about it for a while. And I'm thinking, man, what the hell should I do? So about 20 minutes later, I thought, oh, what the hell, you know? I got some money in my pocket. He's got money. So we go down the elevator, hit the mean streets of Cleveland. We get down to the flats. You know, both of us underage. So we're thinking, fuck. He's like, dude, he goes, you got your hair cut, you got high and tight. He goes, you're sporting your Marine Corps t-shirt. This ain't gonna be a problem. So I'm thinking, alright. So we go in the bar. Bouncer didn't even look at us twice. Let us right on him, thought even IDing us. So we order a pitcher of beer. We start drinking. Next thing you know, a couple girls come in. They start talking to us. You know, we're having a good time drinking. Next thing you know, this bouncer's like, he goes, so, he goes, Jarhead. He goes, think you can put me down? I'm like, what do you mean, put you down? I mean, I said, you mean like fighting or what? He goes, no, arm wrestling. You know, of course, you know, I did a lot of arm wrestling in high school. That was our home room. So I'm like, what the hell, you know? So you get the table cleared and that, and we sit down, face this big, no-neck Mamaluka motherfucker, I tell you, he's huge. I'm thinking, I ain't got a prayer in hell on beating this guy. So King gets us lined up and that, and he says, go! Right off the rip, I just gave everything I had, slammed this dude. So what's he do? Since I beat him, he's like, hey. He goes, I owe you. I'm like, for what? He goes, you won fair and square. I'm like, okay. So he brings us another pitcher of beer. I'm like, sweet. You know, free beer. You know, I only got like 15 bucks to my name left. Still planning on getting some to eat. So King's up there at the bar and that, and he's bragging to these girls who just came in. Yeah, my buddy just put down this big bouncer and And they're like, really? So this bouncer calls his buddy who's working the back door of the club up and that, and he's like, man, he goes, you gotta arm wrestle this dude. And this dude is just as big. I'm like, what? I said, what the hell are you guys eating? I said, you eating raw meat and roids up here? And they all start laughing, you know. I'm like, shit, there is no way. He goes, you want to put something on it? I'm like, yeah, well, sure. He goes, I said, fine, we'll go pitcher beer. He's like, all right. So this time the other bouncer lines us up and that gets us set up. Go. You know, we went back and forth for about 2 minutes. Finally, he burnt, and I put him down. Got another pitcher of beer. Needless to say, you know, we're drinking for free, underage, in Cleveland in the flats. Having a great time. So we go to the next bar. He starts bragging, blah, blah, blah. I arm wrestled the bar back, who actually lifts heavy shit every day for a living. Put him down. We drank. Well, I ended up 5 pitchers. I won that night. Me and King pretty much drank for free. We're so messed up. I'm like, man, we got to get back to the hotel. So we start walking back. Well, in Cleveland, they got these big steel grates in the sidewalk. I somehow find the corner of it that's actually sticking up and trip over it. Do a complete header, skin my shoulder, and landed on my back. I start laughing. King starts laughing. Finally, you know, we stumbled our asses into this hotel. We get to our room, turn on TV. King's like, man, I wonder what's in this money. I said, dude, leave it alone. I said, we ain't got the money for that shit. Told him, you know, I wasn't feeling so great, you know. 18, drunk off my ass off, pitcher beer. I'm like, man, I gotta go lay down. Not even 20 minutes later, I hear King in there talking to somebody. I'm like, dude, who in the hell? He goes, oh, this is just some guy I met down in the lobby. I'm like, man, he's got to go. I said, I'm laying back down. By this time, room spinning that, so I'm laying on my stomach, foot on the floor, hand touching the floor, hoping to God this is going to stop the room from spinning. Well, during their time of doing whatever, I pass out, fall asleep. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning to somebody shaking the bed, and I told him, dude, I said, stop her. I said, I'm going to throw up. He kept doing it. I'm like, what the hell, man? I said, you need to stop. I'm going to throw up. Next thing you know, bleh, all over the floor. Guy's like, you need to get up now. Here it's the hotel manager. I'm thinking, oh, fuck. We go out, and there's King. And this black dude, I have no clue who this guy is. This is the guy he randomly met down in the lobby. Well, needless to say, they emptied the minibar. Yeah. So, cab picks us up, takes us 2 blocks down to the commanding officer's building. So at 5:30 a.m. we're sitting there, drunk off our asses still. In comes our recruiter. He is fucking pissed. He's like, what the fuck happened? I tried to tell him. He goes, you know what? I don't even want to fucking hear it. Lieutenant Colonel comes out. Calls Staff Sergeant Jukes in there. You hear him yelling, you know, we can't quite make out what he's saying, but we hear him yelling. Staff Sergeant Jukes comes back out. He goes, Lieutenant Colonel wants to talk to you boys. He goes, when you go in there, he goes, you lock your bodies at the position of attention. He goes, don't say a fucking word. He goes, you listen to every word he's got to say. And we're thinking, oh, shit. You know, we're not even in the Marine Corps yet, and we're standing tall in front of the man. We're about to get our asses ripped and possibly not even be able to enlist. So we go in there, he rips us up one side down the other and tells us that how do you say it? You best feel lucky because your recruiter has taken care of everything. He goes, if it wasn't for him, he goes, your asses would be in jail right now. And he goes, I wouldn't allow you to enlist. He goes, get the hell out of my sight. So we leave. Staff Sergeant Jukes is still fuming. We come back home. A couple weeks goes by. So we go up to the recruiting office again, and we got a pulley meeting. Walk in the door, and Staff Sergeant Jukes is like, hey, He goes, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, nothing, why? He goes, you want to go arm wrestle for beer? I'm like, what the fuck? I said, King told you? He goes, oh yeah. He goes, yeah, by the way, he goes, you guys owe me $325. I'm like, for what? He goes, everything that they drank out of that mini bar. I said, I didn't. He goes, I don't give a shit. He goes, you guys were buddies. He goes, you both owe me. He goes, you split it. So needless to say, we ended up having to split the bill. I didn't drink a damn thing. But yeah, that was kind of my little slight intro into the Marine Corps and getting my ass chewed by a lieutenant colonel before I even took the oath. So yeah, when I look back on it now, you know, it's funny, but at the time, wow, I was seriously tripping out thinking, yeah, I just screwed myself. So yeah, that's my story. Hope y'all enjoyed it. It's Ed the Jarhead. You guys take easy. Semper Fi.